would like to know what it is that you want more clarity on this subject matter. But the issue of death and resurrection has always been a contested issue in the Bible.
Yes.
Such that there were people in Paul's days who says, if we don't believe in resurrection. And many even dismissed the fact that Jesus died and actually resurrected.
Yeah.
The rumor that was spread among the Roman elite was they stole his body.
Yeah.
And therefore go kill those people because they are imposters and kill that religion. And so the first biggest discourse in the New Testament becomes the state of Christ and whether he is dead or alive. And even one of his disciples didn't believe that he is resurrected. He says, I won't believe what you are saying. Just like someone out there might be saying, I don't believe what these men are talking about until I prove it true. So Thomas doesn't believe until Jesus just appears in this room that they have locked. And now he is in another state, which is not limited by the physical doors that we lock and we are safe inside. He just appears amongst them and says, peace be upon you. And Thomas finally falls down and says, my Lord and my God. So there are people right now who are not believing that in death we actually lie silently and that there is hope for resurrection. The question they will have is, but some people have been dead for thousands of years. We've actually built these houses on top of other people's graves. So how is it going to happen?
Wow, that's a lovely question.
This
is a message on the resurrection, and it's a beautiful study on its own, but I'll just give you a helicopter view of this thing. Death and resurrection are key pillars of our faith. I will lose hope immediately, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. If a loved one dies, and that's it.
There's no hope of resurrection.
That's what Paul says.
Yes.
But Paul says, if that were true, then this Christ whom I'm talking to you about also is dead. But you are the same people who have testified that you saw him alive. And his resurrection is proof that there is something beyond the grave, a happier thing beyond the grave. And we look forward to that thing. Until then, we remain where? In the grave. And he now clarifies himself by saying, David, a man who was after God's own heart, he still remains where? In the grave. So both the message of the state of the dead and the message of the, what do you call this thing? The resurrection. Are very, very key to our faith in Jesus Christ. Maybe let me just add on something slightly different here. Why is this story about the state of the dead and spiritualism a big deal? Because there's yet another thorny issue in Christianity today. And if Satan can get the state of the dead issue done and dusted as far as he's concerned, then this other issue will be the easiest thing for him to manipulate, the Sabbath. Think of it this way. How is
it related?
Think of it this way. Now Kitolapa, a preacher on the Sabbath truth, holds the Sabbath truth dearly in support of what the Bible has been teaching about the Sabbath, right? And many have respected Elder Kito so many times. They've respected him, and he dies. And you have not held on to the message of the state of the dead correctly, and Satan sees that your understanding of this thing is very shallow. He raises a respectable preacher, Ukitso, from the dead through his partners, the demons.
The necromancers and the demons. And
Kito says, do you know what? I was wrong about the Sabbath issue. I was wrong about the state of the dead.
I'm actually happy this side.
And I've just received a message from the Father himself to say, can you correct this thing whilst you still have a chance? There's no sanctuary to talk about. You know, all those things. And because of the influence that I drew in my physical life, and the great mystery that has been unraveled by Satan in my dead life, it's easier to draw more to error.